also the Nile water is making a lot of tension, principally in Egypt, who it seems they are unconvinced by the Ethiopian argument that they need to exploit these resources to increase the generation of electricity and to implement other developmental programs. Now, even recently, the new Prime Minister of Egypt went to Sudan, and it seems they requested the Sudanese to clarify certain things with the Ethiopians. This Millennium Dam, do you think you will be able to get that huge sum of money for it? And is it given all the technological difficulties you are going to overcome, so that really you are going to have 1,000 or 5,000 plus megawatt of electricity?
Well, as you know, we have been building dams on our own over the past 10 years or so. But they were smaller dams. We built a dam on the Takaze. When it reaches Sudan, it's called the Atbara River. So we built a dam on there using our own resources, but it was a small dam which generated only 350 megawatts. We built a tunnel under the lake Tana of 18 kilometers. Again, this was done with our own resources, and it generates about 420, 460 megawatts. So we've been building our capacity with smaller dams. We intend to mobilize the Ethiopian people for this major project, both in the diaspora and inside Ethiopia. We have 80 million people. We need 80 billion birr, or something in the range of 3.3 billion euros. When you divide it up among 80 million people, it's not a huge sum.
Yes.
Over 5 years, we believe we will be able to mobilize the resources. We will be issuing bonds, 5-year bonds, and there will be interest paid. And the response of the people of Ethiopia has been extremely positive. So we're very confident that we will be able to mobilize the necessary resources. In terms of technology, the civil work is being done by an Italian company. The electromechanical work, the main contractor is going to be a local company, but we expect it to have subcontractors to do specific tasks. And we don't think, given the fact that we have the money, there will be, I believe, many companies from across the globe who would want to work as subcontractors. So we don't think there is a significant technological or financial challenge in terms of building the dam. I frankly am at a loss to understand why the Egyptians have problems with this dam. As you know, electricity does not consume water.
Yes.
It just regulates it and uses it. So they can't claim that by building this dam, we are using water that they might use. We're not consuming it. We're just generating electricity. We're simply regulating the flow of the water. We're not consuming it. The Sudanese understand that, and they have no problem with the dam. The Egyptians should understand that. I mean, it's elementary. But apparently they have a problem with it, and frankly, we are all at a loss.
But I think that you are diverting these rivers. You are making things to reduce the amount of water going to Sudan and Egypt. Is there any truth in that kind of thinking?
Absolutely not. I mean, look at this dam. The dam is not intended for irrigation. There is no irrigable land in Ethiopia that can use water from this dam. only Sudan can use the Millennium Dam for irrigation. Ethiopia cannot use it. It's just 40 kilometers from the border, and it's in a deep gorge. So it is unusable for irrigation. It can only be used for power generation. Now, Sudan is perfectly happy with this dam. It has not complained at all because it knows its benefits. What does it mean? Because we are building the dam, there will not be any flooding in Khartoum anymore. That's dead. It's finished. Number two, Rosaries Dam, which is on the Sudanese side of the border, has in the past been facing massive siltation. Yes. There will not be any siltation because the siltation will happen upstream in our dam. So Rosaries will become more viable. When Rosaries becomes more viable, the Jazeera project becomes more viable. So the Sudanese know this, and they have no problem with this dam because they know we are not going to divert the river from the Nile basin. It's going to go through the Nile into Rosaries. They know we are not going to use it for irrigation, and so they have no problem. That is why I say we are simply at a loss to understand what it is that the Egyptians oppose about this dam, because we are 100% sure it has nothing to do with water, because we are not doing anything with that water except regulate its flow.
Now, talking about the revolution in Egypt, there are also many other major revolutions in the Arab world.